Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to start a video on an RC car that I've been building. The not so small RC car. It was supposed to be smaller, but that's just how lots of my projects go, where I'm like, oh yeah, it'll be a little guy, and then it just like blows up, and just, anyways. Um, so now it's about the size of my this workbench here. Um, do have photos of it. It's been taken along the way to show friends and family and coworkers and stuff like that. And this is kind of where we're at right now. It's There's no measurements. I've been kind of just doing a lot of this just eyeballing, because this is supposed to be a fun project. I'm just trying to have a fun time. I'm not really taking this one seriously. So I'm not really too worried about like it looking absolutely symmetrical and absolutely amazing and all that stuff. But it is going to be fun, and that's the whole point of it. It's a fun machine. We have brackets and all this stuff that we've been welding together. I'm just trying to get more parts for it, but it's going to be gas powered. Yes, two-stroke gas power. 50cc. We robbed a ton of parts from a mini bike to be able to do this, and some dolly wheels and just a bunch of cobbled together stuff from around the shop, because I'm not trying to make $1 million machine here. I'm just trying to, so I'm just using kind of what's around here to be able to build this thing. So just like random other projects or whatever, or just like stuff that's been sitting around, we've been just kind of just grabbing from and just using. So and it's been so far really fun. It's been a really fun project to build this thing. We have most of the front done. We have these steering brackets here, which brackets, the steering linkage is linkage. It's not. It's kind of all crude. We don't have the steering servos or really any of the electronics to build this thing yet, to control this thing yet. But we are, wait, let me get him in there. We are, look, I got my finger. Ooh. We are getting the back done. So that will be, so it will be able to go. It just won't be steerable. So that'll be fun. Yay. So we are currently trying to build the axle on the LeBlanc. Let me do that. On the LeBlanc. The axle is, like I said, we've been robbing parts from a mini bike, so we gotta like enlarge that bore, shove it on this axle here. This is where the wheels, this is where the hubs are going to go onto. Yeah, hubs. I don't remember words too much easily sometimes. So hubs and 1-inch bearings go here, and then this is where we're going to kind of attach the sprocket, and then on the other side of the shaft, on the other side of this shaft, we're going to attach the brakes, and then kind of just like have this mirrored. So I'll probably be doing like a video on like me milling this thing, but we're just doing a showcase right now because I've done a lot. Haha, yes, we've been very productive. But yeah, so we are going to, so I'm just showing off what I have done now, and then we'll be making a video on me building this thing. So yes, back to this. We are making this, going to be slapping a thread onto here so that we can then machine a nut. It's just going to be a piece of round bar with some wrench flats on it, honestly. And then that will be just compressing this guy against here. Let me get my fingers right. All right. So it'll be the thread will like basically pull that onto there and press it against itself. Probably just put like a little bit of rough like rubber in there or something like that. But I was reading from my machinery's handbook about the friction coefficient, and depending on how tight I get this thing going, it put just like spraying a little bit of like rubber paint on there and then like putting them together will be totally fine. Like it's not like this is a toy. It's not really meant to be like, oh, it's gonna be sold off to someone amazing, whatever. No, it's just a toy. So if it gets loose, just crank on the freaking nut a little bit tighter. If I have to, I can put a pin in it or something, whatever. Doesn't really matter that it slips a little. Like, I'm more worried about the brakes slipping, so maybe I'll put a pin in those. I don't know yet, but we'll see what we need to do when we got the thing running. So yeah, but that's the axle. As I said, for wheel hubs, we are actually, this is why it's a fun project, because I just want to use tools and I want to have fun, but we're going to be casting wheel hubs. So let's see if I see it from back here? No. The furnace is back there. There's a propane tank. Let's just walk over there. The furnace is back here. And yeah, it's just one of those cheap Vevor furnaces, but we're only melting aluminum, so it doesn't really matter. We're going to be casting up our hubs onto this because I just want to be experimenting with. I want to still play around with casting. I'm kind of new to it, so just like playing around with these things. Like I made this giant block here. I made like a couple things here and there. But I'm just trying to have fun. That's about it. But we will then be casting it in the table over there. The table over there that's a casting bench. Everything's messy. Can't keep anything organized around here. If I could, then I probably wouldn't be working on my projects. I'd be just cleaning. But yeah, casting station. It's crude and rough, but it's just supposed to hold sand in it, and then I put my I pack the sand in. I need to make a mold. Pack the sand into this box right here, and then we don't do this stuff inside because there's a lot of harmful stuff in metal when you melt it. So we pack it into the box there, put it onto this metal plate here. We pull that outside past the door, and then we melt our metal and cast it together. That's fun. Takes a long time though. This is why you need lids. We tried to put a very large crucible in there before, and it didn't really work because all the air just like escaped out the top, and it took forever to melt it, and it didn't even get temperature. So it's just a mess. So we need to cut down. Need to cut down that crucible over there. This long one over here. We'll walk back over here, and this crucible here. Too big. Haha. We can use shadows. Way too big. That's the one thing I learned. If this lid cannot close on top of it, then all the air just goes right up, which is not good. It makes it take forever. I think I used like a whole can of propane to be able to melt that one crucible, and it wasn't even completely full. So yeah, if you're doing that kind of stuff, remember, lids, very important. But that is the let's just go through this way. Yes. That is the RC car with that so far. So in the future, we will be making a video on actually trying to get this thing finished. So So far, most of the frame's there. Just need to mostly just get assembled and get some electronics onto it. So it should be a lot of fun. I just hope it never hits something, because with how thick the bumper is and how heavy the whole thing is, it'll probably go through it. Just joking, just joking. But that is all for this video here, and I hope you guys have a lovely day.